As you yeet that rock with that alien on it, I don't want to die! As he, like Krillin and DBZ just explodes.
Another little glowy worm crawls out. Timothy!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Unbeknownst to you, you've killed the mayor of the Worms town. He had brought peace and prosperity to his new empire, but now they're a society cast adrift on an asteroid, leaderless, falls into chaos once again, and decays from within. And
look, sometimes I don't know my own strength. I'm sorry.
But
That's
also,
right.
Yeah.
You're on a bound. You're on a bound. Look, Ariana's out. Balvarex, please take care of her. We'll be taking Mason as payment.
He's collecting snacks already from the food hall for when she wakes up.
Thank you, Balvi. I'll owe you one.
Like, as Garnet walks out the door, she'll just be like, yeah, we'll just say the drugs came from Balvi.
No. Basically going to stand up. No, Balvi, no. I'll make sure that doesn't happen. It's fine. We will not. No, won't happen. Garnet.
Yes, it's just down the hall.
Turns to Athor, just how? It's fine. Just never mind. It's fine.
Knock, 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 knock.
Wake up, bitch. We're going shopping.
Yep. This tracks. Yep. Sorry, Balvi. Go back to sleep again. Goes.
Cat butt.
Goes, answers the door. Probably steps outside. Just to not disturb Balvi.
They would have gotten Athalor first because he's on the way. How would they have collected Athalor?
And why is Garnet upset?
Because I'm gonna die alone out of the lore.
Don't you have like an arranged marriage?
No, that doesn't count.
Wait, you have an arranged marriage?
I'm in no such relationship that's been null and voided. The terms of the contract are canceled. I'm gonna be alone.
That's so
Pronto looks out after the fleeing scientist. Abby, go. And then he'd go over. He's gonna touch the back of the doctor's head with his symbiote hand, and then his hand is gonna transform into the doctor's hand, and he's gonna put it on the orb.
Oh. Yeah, baby.
What does that do?
Something that gnomes didn't expect.
That's a great question. Weakened by the extra-dimensional force of the Akashic Field, this final attack strikes the Kraken, and it slumps, reeling in its defeat, slowly dissolving from this reality, banished back to the phantom realms from which it once came.
I'm gonna give a huge thumbs up to the kaiju. Good job!
Oh, I'm glad you're cheering on your pet, Haruka.
No! No,
As it-
I don't give a shit about him!
As
Now
the
you
Kraken
did.
disapparates,
Damn.
the kaiju looks over at you, and in a deep rumbling voice, as it too begins to fade from this reality in this current form.
I'm gonna wave at him.
Be good.
He tells us to be good!
Oh.
Bye,
You
kaiju.
Thank you for fighting with us.
Big turtle man.
You won't tell anyone about the whole infernal shit, and we won't tell everyone you do drugs?
Like we all have an understanding that we're all keeping secrets, right?
Am I keeping secrets?
You are now.
Snitches get stitches or whatever.
So
Snitches
then
get
why
more
would
days slipped into
you
their food.
snitch then?
Yeah, no snitching.
No sharing.
I wasn't thinking about snitching.
Mason's never been extorted before.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. Sounds fun though. I've never done Mordain, but after Ariana died, I haven't been interested. So, but I trust you.
I didn't die.
Oh, you kind of crossed over a little bit, but it's fine. Got your back, buddy. Pass you on the back.
Yeah, that fire, we dodged it. Ariana didn't. But that's why we all woke up. So.
Dragon's fire.
Dragon. Okay, you talked to the dragon?
Oh yeah, that guy sucked. He just kept wanting us to say his name and open the big bad door, and oh, he's gonna destroy the world and kill anyone we ever want. But I won't. I can kill anybody I want. I don't know what some statue's gonna do, but. And he doesn't even know his own name. Boomer much? But anyway, so like. But you've slain dragons before. If you can do it, then.
These are the dragons of the world before. Flip them. Okay, one black card. That's a big success. That's a critical success. So this is perfect. You already have an edge, right? So you can't gain another edge, but you can double the effect, which means you can quiet both wolves.
My friends. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
God, I almost fucking died. I never died in a one shot. My heart hurts,
This game, again, you start out from very humble origins. You're not mighty heroes. You're just townsfolk. It's easy to die.
We're coming from stupid origins.
Okay.
Because
really?
Okay, I mean this in the best way possible, Garnet, but you have very socially intimidating energy.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's a good thing. You get stuff done. Clearly, it just is what it is.
So I need to be more useless so that a man can want to feel like they can help me and not be intimidated.
No, this is college.
I don't think that's quite what I was getting at there. Make a DC 21 dex save.
Cool.
Ooh,
roll 12d10.
Yo.
Sheesh. Ah, cool.
Yo, that's me after eating a mild curry.
I know, it's coming out of his butt.
That's true. Wait. Flip it around. Flip me around.
Flip me around.
There we go.
Flip, there we go.
67 points of damage.
All right.
I would like to sit on the saddle of the cavalier and misty step myself onto the horse.
Oh damn! That's what, you got that for your birthday.
What the actual are you doing?
I'm riding a horse.
I'm on a horse. You're on a greasy horse, but you're on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
Okay, you teleport onto the fiend, this burning horse of evil, with the saddle, which wraps itself around. And according to the saddle of the cavalier, you can't be dismounted against your will, and attacks against it have disadvantage.
And I'm gonna talk to it in Infernal, because I know Infernal to try and have the horse be friends with me.
Great, now I have to roleplay a horse.
It is easy to see it more accurately from outside of the situation than inside of the situation.
Right.
I suppose that's why you have the friends that you have around you.
Kind of like claps her hands together. One of my favorite sayings is trash can, not trash cannot. So just do it.
Didn't realize your level up gave you an extra level in philosopher.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I honestly have very little confidence in saying I understand what you mean by that.
Okay. Just
Understandable. Have a nice
Yeah, I'm not going to do better.
perception. 22.
Oh,
All right. I'm going to go ahead and simulate what happens here real quick.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Ah, shiver me timbers!
Well, yeah.
Oh, shit. Alright, I think it's time to go check on Deadeye then, eh?
17? Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. This probably isn't going to be a big deal. Where'd my unarmed strikes go? Oh, well.
This is where I get power word killed.
Oh, no. He's not a wizard anymore. He's a single-celled amoeba that's just going to try to grab you. Oh, my God, natural 20. Yeah, you get shoved into his pocket. You get shoved into John's bag of holding. God.
Not again! Twice in one day!
I love you, and I always have. Even though you killed me, I thought our relationship would grow into something so beautiful that neither of us would be able to stop that love or passion.
Wait, hold on! Just wait, don't go into the light yet! Like, hold him, like, up my arms as he's on fire. Oh, God, this kind of hurts a little bit. We could have been friends. We really could have. But I just want you to know that even in your death, you will be remembered. Because I have a new line of cryptocurrency coming out.
Wait, you what?
They're called NF trinkets.
Oh God, fucking kill me now, please!
The last thing that guy said before I ate him was James. I swear to God, I don't know what's going on.
Ooh.
Thank you, Lux Lately. Wonderful.
Oh,
Fuck me running.
do you ever feel like the luck or whatever it is that's gotten you forward is going to run out at some point? Or that you can just keep going forward?
I'm pretty worried about myself all the time, but I consider Garnet a protagonist, so generally she's okay.
What? We're all main characters, and
So you're like the main character.
no,
Garnet, you know?
we're all the main characters of this story. Okay. Fourth wall just punching. Like touches Athlor's elven armor. See, this is plot armor.
Okay, good point.
Bargo here to smash things. Bargo gonna smash corn into pieces. Bargo have fork with lots of muscles.
Bargo have loose grasp of grammar.
Bargo went to fighting school. Not grammar school.
Fair enough.
Oh my God. I completely forgot to launch roll 20. Oh, the turntables. Welcome everybody. This is Book of Dawn, Ioth Academy, our 5th edition Magic School adventure. We are in episode 162. I'm tormented by gnomes, and it is my joy and such a privilege that I get to spend every Wednesday with my friends. My friends are Crowan, Leg Day, and Lemon Kiwi. Crowan, what's going on with you, bud? How are things?
I thought you were gonna bait us and say your friends were the cast from earlier.
And also these guys.
Yeah. Also these fuckers who were on episode 162 with. I guess they're all right.
Yeah.
No, doing good though. You're crazy for running back to back, but I am happy to be here.
I just want to hang out. Legs, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay. Had a positive win rate today in Marvel Rivals.
We take those.
So everything's hunky dory over here. I can't wait to do some shenanigans.
Excellent. Lemon, how are you?
I'm chilling. Are you back in Celestial Leg Day?
Yeah, Celestial 1 now.
Ooh, well, I got my twerk emote today, so that's about
Holy
activity.
Everybody in Marvel or in Deep Rock Galactic?
There's a twerking in Deep Rock?
They had a tweet. I don't know if it's real, but like they tweeted the dwarf twerking and Venom twerking like side by side.
Oh.
I don't know if it's actually a gettable emote.
Deep Rock Rivals, that would be a sick crossover.
But knowing them, like if it's not available yet, I suspect they'd make it available.
Does Wolverine count as a dwarf? Nah, he's too tall.
No.
Wow. But yeah, otherwise good. Twerked up.
In our last episode.
Oh, excuse me.
I didn't yawn during the entire previous show. I don't know what it is.
Oh, so you were locked in.
It's because no one was telling you don't yawn.
Actually, yeah, I was not getting psychologically gaslit by Legs.
Weak.
In our last episode, our heroes sprung a trap on Mia Hethil, not Onderud, Athalor's second cousin or something. I haven't drawn the whole map. They confronted him, they imprisoned him in the realm of Dream and confronted him, revealing that they know he was a double agent for Athalor's father and uncle. In a heartfelt plea, they learned from him that his loyalty lies with the family, the Onderud family. And when Athalor's father didn't say anything, didn't talk to anyone, didn't address anyone after the death of Athalor's mother and Hadarai's wife, at that point, Mia Hethil felt that Hadarai was no longer in alliance with the family, and that Athalor was the only family he had left. Of course, some of us don't entirely trust him, that he's now going to be fully on their side, since he's attacked them before, though he said he would never kill them, and he was sent specifically because he would stay his hand. Our heroes insisted that the sage thoroughly peel back the layers of his mind, wander through the paths of trance, the memories of Mia Hethil, in order to ascertain the truth. She emerged satisfied that they need not fear him. Later on, news arrived. All of our heroes had a vision as they slept on the feast of Sirocco, goddess of wind and fire, goddess of passion, love, poetry, song, dueling, swordplay, and the patron goddess of the great city of the great priest kingdom of Naramu, which had fallen to the sinister horde of Raveners. They learned through their vision that a great migration of some kind was taking place, led by two heroes they helped rescue long ago. The full import of this news has yet to be discovered. Finally, Garnet confided in the sage and in her friends that she had absorbed or consumed the Shadow Fae enchantress Lerkele, one of her tutors, a creature that she made real with the blood of devils. And ever since consuming or absorbing Lerkele, she was having thoughts that were not her own. The sage guided them all once again into the realm of mind, into the realm of dream, and discovered the truth. Lerkele parts of her mind, of her spirit, had been interwoven into Garnet's soul, attaching those strands of her to Garnet. And perhaps more shocking, Lerkele had been pregnant with the child of the shadow of the great sovereign Vindor. What this could possibly mean and how this will shape the future remain a mystery. The sage has departed to seek counsel with the goddess Realta on the moon, leaving our heroes, promising that she would bring back answers, but that at this moment she had none. This leaves our heroes now back at the academy, left to their own devices. It is again a time of relative calm, even though the Infernals and their minions continue to wage war on the priest kingdoms and the Alfar and the academy itself. We rejoin our heroes not long after they'd undergone this revelation, and we find them once again in the academy. Now that I'm done using my fancy voice, I'm not really very prepared for tonight. I have a few things that I'm going to throw at the wall, and right now my improv is fully warmed up, but I have no idea where this is going to go yet. I have some ideas where this is going to go.
So, Connor, do you think you're banned from Shadow Terror Nimbus? Do you think they know?
I don't know.
How would they know?
But, like, what was she planning? Like, did she even know?
Can you ask you?
Roll an intelligence check, Garnet.
Ooh. Well, asking herself only works if, she recognizes that she's separate still. That doesn't always happen.
I guess, yeah, no, she thinks she's her.
Yeah, but also not her sometimes.
You meant to do that.
What?
Yeah, that was deliberate.
What was deliberate?
Lerkele getting pregnant.
Oh, but does she know? So she knew she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She fully intended to birth a shadow god.
Any idea?
Oh,
I don't know
sounds
if
like
he
you don't like the
knows.
answer.
I think she knew. I'm having a feeling that this was planned out, and me not trusting her, maybe I was on the money with that.
Yeah, she didn't tell you that that was her plan or anything? She just
No.
went and did that?
I asked her to get blood, not to get a baby. Like, that's pretty clear, right? Like, when I say I want blood, I didn't mean to produce someone.
The someone that should produce could have blood, so maybe that was her way to do it?
Yeah, maybe this is one of those like Faustian bargain kind of things where it kind of is within the purview of, the blood line of Shadow. Ugh.
That would still work, right? Technically.
I mean, I'm not saying that this is what you wanted from her, but maybe she thought that, I've got some wiggle room within this request.
She brought back blood. She had his blood under her fingernails.
Oh,
that's what she delivered.
Oh.
Should I get, like, my blood tested? Like, you know how we were looking to purify things and we're looking into blood genetics? I don't know.
Actually, that's kind of a good idea, I think.
Oh, could you not have eaten Lerkele earlier? That would have made it a lot easier to get the blood of the father.
Oh, I'm done with that now, so.
Yeah. Well, if we void another one of Sky Sovereign's kids, we're set for another mantle making. I'm just saying.
Well, like, I didn't have any plans to go to the Shadow Plane anyway, because if we needed help, there is none left. So, with the whole Shadow Army and whatever else, we had some Jester stuff happen over there. We should just not ever go there again.
And that Ioth is there as well.
True. You were finding out some things about the Ioth, right? What happened with that?
I have a sage just thinking about it as well. She's trying to figure out the motivations of the Arcanoloth so that they can't hold too much sway over me.
Right.
But as far as I'm concerned, like the Arcanoloth wanted to trade information with me regarding the nature of my uncle, and
fuck my uncle. So
Ronto was quite curious about your uncle too, I think. Everyone is, I guess.
A lot of people were.
he's a unique creature, as well as an asshole.
Oh, don't I know it?
But just weird, complex interaction of being both incredibly rare and incredibly common. You know, unfortunately common.
So were you thinking of trading the information or no?
As a plan B, yeah, I'd let my uncle's information go to try and save Underwood. Of course.
Right.
I'm not saying that it won't have consequences, but the consequence of not doing anything to intercede would be thousands of deaths. So maybe I'll take less.
You recall that the sage's plan, she through divination magic and the academy through divination magic, revealed the army and the being that Kustia currently works for and is willing to betray on your behalf works for a creature of shadow that can only gain knowledge through things that are destroyed. It can only learn from things that are destroyed. And it seeks to destroy Onderud. And her idea was that if you wipe this creature out, then Kustiak no longer has that bargaining chip.
Oh,
just
right.
bypass Kustiak and take out this creature. But it's all still very much up in the air. Nothing is set.
Okay, then we didn't know what that creature really was, right? Or how to find it.
And we're down to Master of Arcane Devastation when it comes to slaying high-tier creatures, which makes things a touch more difficult. But we haven't met something we haven't been able to destroy yet, as much as that's probably a stain on us.
Is that true? We met some infernals.
The Herald is not destroyed. Disembodied, yes. Decorporealized, perhaps. But gone? No, despair never dies. You have also heard the very voice of Imago, who yet lives. I'm trying to rack my brain. Oh, Uncle's alive.
Yeah, he fled.
You still have a shit list.
Yeah, still got a list. If Imago had stepped up, he'd be a smear on the pavement.
Fuck around, find out.
I guess for now we just keep working on our projects, protective spheres, resurrections potentially. I should see how Master Inkashish is doing. He's fallen down that rabbit hole.
I had some ideas on this whole mirror plane thing as well. I have to do more research into. I think I might need to try to develop 2 runes instead of just 1, but we'll see.
Research and development. Fun.
Very fun.
Before we go about our individual investigations in order to advance the cause of the Academy and several plot lines, which are all very tangled up together because I lack all sense of narrative discipline, there is one other thing that I wanted to see, because I can't remember where you were leaning on this. You need to gain more knowledge of necromancy, knowledge that is not found within the Academy. There were 4 possibilities for that. The Witches of Anaram, the Mystics of Pola, Arselmore, wherever the hell he is, and across the sea, a living city of bone, Gior, ruled by necromancers who use necromancy and the undead to preserve their independence from the infernals. Those are the 4 places that you believe you can find necromantic secrets beyond even those that Ioth was able to discover on his own. I don't believe you made a decision about which of those you want to pursue.
If I remember correctly, someone of the Academy said the Witch Queens might be the most likely to help us.
I believe Irelek also came up, but I may be misremembering.
Irelek was involved somehow. I think it's because they're closer to the living bone city of Gior.
Yeah, that is how it came up, yeah.
And they have the God Veil as well. But the sovereigns don't really screw with necromancy that much.
Yeah, they like their cycle.
But if there's somebody else you want to talk to, or you have a different threat of inquiry, you could always go talk to some gods. No big deal. As long as Mason doesn't screw with it.
I would never. Besides that one time.
I mean, once you got your second ring, you could always call up Imago and test it.
Roll 1d100.
That wasn't a character.
Don't roll 1d100.
Thankfully. I'm not that dumb. I'm very dumb.
Wait, can you contact people that are dead with that thing? The Zoom call for gods?
So the Zoom call, the thing about the dead is that they begin unraveling very quickly. I saw a spell. I saw a spell about this. Garnet, I'm going to say you don't know that.
Do you have to contact a celestial?
No.
Did you just call Tarsal more?
Why would we do that?
And trace the call.
It's coming from inside the house.
The God Veil doesn't work like that. It can't just contact. I don't think it can just contact.
Zoom and enhance.
Yeah, it's encrypted. It's behind 7 proxies.
Yeah. Well, Tarsamore did invite me to the Dark Academy War Plans the other day, so who knows?
The other day? Was that like years ago? I forget.
I know. Don't worry. Current events joke.
Oh, right. How did I get in this group sending spell?
So you gotta contact. It doesn't contact mortals very well.
Correct. It's not designed to contact mortals.
Because we got the Bartholo on there by accident. Who's not a mortal. Tarsamore is.
Right. Tarsamore's borderline. Tarsamore's borderline. That's a gray area. If y'all want to do a field trip over to Aerolek, you can try that if you want.
Mortally curious.
They'll let each of you use the God Veil once, if that is what you would like.
I don't know if it's worth it for Tarsamore. I don't know if we get too much out of him. Because it's not like they're compelled to answer.
It's also not like the last time they'll let you use it. It's just they can't let you use it too frequently all the time.
Can't be freeloaders at Aerolek.
Could I tap into it? Could I somehow, I don't know if my Arcana knowledge would pass this. If I wanted to contact another mask user.
Ooh.
Somehow tap into the mask and the thing and see if I could make a connection, even though I don't have a name.
Scanning.
Scanning. It's like the X-Men when fucking Xavier is scanning for all the mutants.
This is a cool direction. You have no idea right now, Garnet. But if you're willing to turn your attention elsewhere, you could absolutely look into that.
So I need to research it, or could I just go wing it?
You could wing it. But what are you planning to use? The mask?
Yeah, it's like, you know how we have our orb of scrying and we need an object of someone, kind of using the mask as an object to make contact with someone. I don't know. As an anchor.
Roll an Arcana check.
Cool idea.
I mean,
okay.
It's always worth trying to potentially scry Tarsamore. We've got a lot of his shit, but he's generally always going to be in a sanctum.
He was Zethian, all about them secrets. He's gonna be. The odds are
guidance on Garnet.
Well, I can circle.
Can you hit that 20?
We have hit a 20.
But then circle 25.
25.
Thank you.
Okay, Garnet. You could attempt to create a new void spell that would accomplish this. No spell currently exists, and all the spells that you have wouldn't really work because void is a completely different programming language as it is. You definitely could research this. But what you really feel you could do is use the book.
You're going to set out a void ping?
You placed yourself into the void. You sent your mind to the void by placing the book over your face and saying you are alone. And it only sent your mind, not your body. All the masks tap into the power of the void. That's would be the link that they share. So if you could not send your whole mind to the void, but send thoughts through it, under normal circumstances, they would be annihilated and no longer exist. But you are a void mage. You could use the book to attempt to contact other mask wielders.
We are alone. Such thoughts to have.
Let me know if you'd like to try that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Do you need me to repeat anything?
The last part.
Okay.
Sorry, I had got a message.
All good, all good. You could attempt, because you sent your mind into the void, you can try to use the book to just send thoughts through the void. And all the masks are void artifacts. So you could try to transmit and contact other void wielders by using the book without putting it on your face this time.
But then how would they communicate back? Would I just like drop my address? Like, hey, it's Garnet T over at Ioth. Come on over.
It's my crypto address. Drop me some Ethereum.
You don't know how that would work yet. This is all very experimental.
How many mask wielders are there supposed to be? 12?
I don't remember the exact amount. I know we were told there were others, but
yes, but they're not very many
Like
of them.
a low number, yeah.
Yeah.
And Mirik was one.
Yes.
Elna was not another. But
She had a mask. She created a mask. Yes.
Okay. We never saw her use it?
I think she used it like once.
Maybe with Garnet to teach her about mask making.
Maybe in one of the fights. I don't know. She was reluctant to wield it most of the time.
Do we know if mask users generally create their own masks or have masks given to them?
You don't know. Mirik never said. He never told you he had a mask. Like, you know virtually nothing aside from how to create your own and that there are others. Their whole order, if there's an order, if it's just a technique people learn, like, that's all unknown at this point.
Do we know what happened after Mirik went into the Iron Flask? Did they throw that into the Sewer of Annihilation?
Yes.
So Mirik's in the void.
Ostensibly, Mirik doesn't exist anymore. It's a weird edge case. Like he was the second most accomplished void wielder only to Seosh. But he was also trapped in a pocket dimension when that pocket dimension, the dimension he was in, went into the void, which normally.
So he wasn't annihilated. The place he was trapped in was annihilated.
Well, the contents
or annihilates him.
Here's the thing. If that was some other dragon in there, some dragon with no knowledge of the power of the void whatsoever, the logical hypothesis would be that the dragon no longer exists. But like so many other things that you children get into, this is unprecedented. There is no track record that explains any of this.
Look, you give 3 kids a black hole, they're gonna throw some shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple people. It happens.
A god or two, you know?
Yeah, they tripped and fell.
Yeah. A lot. 5 times.
Yeah, it's getting packed in there.
Mm-hmm. Or it would be if everyone who went there wasn't obliterated. Annihilated, actually. So, Garnet, if you so desire, you may experiment with attempting to contact other void wielders.
Sure. Are we all going to Earlight then? Or
You don't need the God Veil. You just need the book in your mask.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
The God Veil has nothing to do
of-
with the void.
Okay, I'll construct the message. Does that have to be like under a certain amount of words or like
You don't know.
YOLO?
You're
Okay.
experimenting. Like I
Yeah.
said,
Okay.
totally unexplored territory.
Just got to try and hit a word limit where you don't have a mask word. Who goes, I ain't reading all that.
The primary barrier is attention span.
YouTube title.
Okay. What? Let me know. Well, first off, where are you? And are your friends around you? Are you alone? What is the environs when you perform this experiment?
Would offer to be around to, circle you if you need some buffs.
Yeah. Voiding Cammy.
I need a minute to try and think because I'm also worried that Alex is technically, or I don't know how much we know because we know he's out of the void, which means he's fucking with some void shit.
Mhm.
Either a person of void or void himself. So I just need to kind of think about this message. If it happens to be Alex receiving it, or if he hears about it, I need to not,
I think
drop
your
the
concerns
address.
are valid.
While Garnet is thinking, I thought I was going to go to his swordplay class to clear his head.
Okay. Roll an athletics check just to see how you're
Big info dump. Oh, I forgot to open my character sheet. After I was the one who initiated this, bruh. This guy. Oh, that's not. You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration. Why not?
All right. Why not? Why not?
That's a 10 W.
Average.
Okay. Perfectly
My
average.
brain
So
hurts and my muscles hurt.
The brain is the most exhausted muscle of them all.
I can see I'm overthinking things.
Can I have a familiar receive a message on my behalf? Can they technically receive like a sending?
No, they are not technically you.
If I would be like, oh, if you want to get in contact with me, send a sending to
Yeah,
Una.
Yeah, you could do that. Then it would just be like anyone else who received it. But Una would be able to tell you mentally. So that's a good solution, I think.
I stuck Una into one of them rooms that has the anti-divination stuff on it. So if anyone's trying to like GPS locate him,
okay,
then they wouldn't know exactly where he is, but then like Una could still receive the message but not be located. Is
you're
that
using a VPN?
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes, I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Always practice safe sending etiquette.
The party is gathered for this, so you will be able to keep each other updated on things, exchange ideas, whatever else you have to do.
Ioth VPN.
Okay. I'll put out a message. Do I have to roll to do this?
Yeah, roll a charisma check. This is just about force of will.
Riz check?
17. Yep, 17 for Riz. What do you want to transmit?
Placing her hands on the book and is kind of nervous, and she puts Una into some, anti-divination room, and will tell them to just stay there, and I will then never leave the room no matter what if someone makes contact, and I will be the one that comes and visits them.
Yes.
Right. And if you are receiving this message, I would like to establish contact. Please use a sending to reach Una, my familiar, on my behalf. I would like to collaborate and share my research findings. And that's the message put out.
Okay. As you speak those words mentally, perhaps, into the book, before your hands let go, almost feel a response as much as hear it in your mind.
We are all alone.
It is a voice coming from the void. Is it Seosh? Is it another? You're not sure.
I guess I'm in the Una gets this right away, or does this come after
No.
some time?
That is in your head.
Oh, fine.
As you let go of the book. The same way that you're sending it out, it's like you get that back.
I ignore it. I'm gonna wait till Una gets a message. It's probably just Seosh fucking with me.
Okay.
Hopefully it went through, and if not, I'll try again later.
That, honestly, that's pretty valid. How long do you wait, or what do you do next? Because obviously, it might be some time before you get a response.
Is the sage gonna report back with whatever they're up to? Because they kind of fucked off. And
The sage is probably going to be gone for a few days.
oh, okay.
She's gone to the moon.
Yeah, she's going to the moon.
What does everyone else want to do?
Oh.
Mantra's got a project.
Yeah, I got my own mirror shit if there's nothing else. But is that on the table?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Alright. Okay, I would meet with the party and describe. Okay, I think being able to go to the mirror plane safely will require not just one rune, but 2 runes for this to actually work properly, right? 1 rune to allow passage into the mirror plane for the one wearing it safely. But then another that would specifically kind of like hide or disguise someone so that when they enter, it'd be impossible to make a mirror clone of them. Because when you enter normally, right, you're not disguised, you're just kind of out there, and that's what mirror clones make of you. But if there's some way to, I don't know, shroud your presence or something, or make it so that you are invisible to whatever interacts there to make the mirror clone.
So you want to try and determine the mechanism by which a mirror clone is generated?
I suppose so. Would have to, yeah, to know how to counteract that.
I guess that begs the question, like, is it the mirror keeper themselves whoever sees that, or is it automatic? Is it just a feature of the mirror plane itself?
Based on your research, you know that Imago did not rise from the mirror plane. Imago came here from outside, just like all of the other infernals. After the 7 gates of the Silent City opened, and the dragons of the world before laid waste to the infernals and their minions, when they became trapped inside the firmament by the forming of the 4 kingdoms, then Imago traveled and hid inside the plane of mirrors. The property that duplicates people is not Imago. It is the mirror plane itself. Imago is like a parasite there, capable of seizing control of these mirror clones and these mirror creatures, but not originally part of it.
So Imago presumably had to defeat his own mirror clone.
Or knew how to do what you're trying to do.
True. Maybe there's already a precedent for this, but no one would know it besides them. Which ideally this doesn't have to take trial and error of, observing how a mirror clone spawns.
From the history we know of the Mirror Keeper and the relationship between old geography and current geography, do we know where or whenabouts Imago went into hiding?
No. Imago. Roll history checks, please. Garnet, your study of infernals, you can have advantage on this. 17. 15.
Guidance on myself, unless Mantra does better.
I did not do better. I do have 1 circle left today.
Mm-hmm.
So I will burn 1 circle.
18 or 23.
So, what I'm going to tell you now is not necessarily in the history books. But you heard from somebody who spoke with Imago's own voice. By that account, the dragons took Imago's face. More than just Imago's face, they destroyed Imago's image, ability to appear as anything, obliterated Imago's visual existence. Imago has no true face and can only ever appear or speak through the faces of others. It is likely that this was sustained when the dragons obliterated the Infernal's armies. And so Imago would have been in this incredibly injured state when the sovereigns enclosed the world. But where the Infernals were, like where they sort of appeared when the world was solidified, not widely known. And as a faceless, shapeless wanderer, Imago could have been anywhere.
Basically permanently gaseous formed.
Yeah, but more like a gyre sort of thing. What that would explain why
but an arsehole.
Yeah, that would explain why they were able to enter the mirror plane. Because
there was no visual stimuli to copy.
Exactly. Their image was gone.
I don't know if there's a non-permanent way to strip away visual stimuli.
It's a possible avenue of research.
What about a faceless? They have
Faceless.
a mirror clone?
There's no record of that. Logically, they would, because even though they don't have a face, they're still like have bodies that can be seen and understood and such. Even a doppelganger would have a mirror clone. You could investigate any of these lines of inquiry. Go down to the library, do some digging, run some maths, so on and so forth. What path would you like to take?
Oh, muted?
I can give you +1 XP. I can take you to the mirror research room if you'd like. It's
Mirror research room.
It's locked and secured. You know, they've got powerful
one, right?
wards on it.
Yeah, I think. I think just trying to research like different ways to make different runes that would interact different ways. Oh, also I forgot to mention, but the one rune that would allow like safe passage with mirror plane would also like ideally want to make it impossible for other beings to well, besides the ones that like are wearing that rune, to enter that like portion of the mirror plane from like other places.
Okay. Safe passage and seal off. That's very complicated. One rune doing that, but just by that person having it, very complicated.
Safety and sanctum.
I didn't say impossible. I just said very complicated.
That's what the research is for, I suppose.
you want to hit the books?
Yep.
Okay, you're researching that. Leg Day, what are you doing with this brief bit of downtime?
I think Athalor is going to see if there's any record of this Bone City place.
Okay. And then Garnet, one little block of downtime. What do you want to do?
I guess I'll keep researching the sphere dome box thing.
Okay. All three of you roll investigation or not Arcana in your check, Athalor. That'd be history. Everyone else roll investigation or Arcana. And let's see what we get.
Oh, I guess I can use a higher spell slot for a circle. So I'll circle myself.
Oh, this is downtime. This is over the course
of...
of...
Oh, true. Yeah.
Montage.
Fair.
Montage.
Arcana. Right. Let's just roll a nat 20 real quick.
You got to hit those.
I did not. If I have a lucky dice.
That's not a 1d4. It's a 1d5.
What the fuck?
Bruh.
Absolute cursed behavior. Mason, the investigation continues.
16 on the Arcana check total.
Athalor, Gior. There's not a lot of history about Gior on this continent. But people in the Academy have the ability to teleport and travel across the world. So they actually do have some records of it. The city of Gior is ruled by necromancers called Bone Singers. They take the dead and using strange spells and weird songs, they merge the bones of the dead together and sculpt it with their voices. And that bone that they fuse together becomes undead as well. The entire city is just this huge piece of fused bone. They just keep piling on and piling on because once they fuse it, it's not like all these bones just stacked on top of each other. It's more like clay. It melts together and they sculpt it with song. So the entire city is undead. Like it is an undead city.
Is it mobile?
If it is, they haven't used it that way. Necromancy is extremely common throughout the entire city. Undead are extremely common, particularly mindless undead, which are raised to, like, once you die, well, either your body's going to be used for building materials as part of the city, or you're going to be reanimated and used as a labor force, because those are not intelligent undead. The person's mind, their spirit isn't there anymore. They're just a collection of usable parts. Because of this, because of their undead protection and the fact that the city itself fights in their defense, they have not been conquered by the Iron Empire or the designers or anyone else. There is some note on the art of bone singing here. Like, people have gone there and studied it, and they've brought back some information. There's not a lot of accounts about it. You also know that they are locked in war with the city of Hathone. The people of Hathone also wield their voices as a form of power, but instead of shaping bone, they destroy.
Are they an Inferno city?
No. They are also independent, and it is that power that they have, the fucking dragon shouts, the Thum, the weirding way, that power has protected them. But both of these powers stem from a common tradition, and the two of them are inimical to each other and have been locked in conflict for a long time.
Are they neighbors?
Yes.
Gotcha. So don't approach from that direction.
Gior also creates ships from that sculpted bone. Ships with, like, legs and paddles that move themselves. Undead ships. And because they are on the coast, they're able to travel up and down. They are fairly powerful in terms of their ability to conduct trade with other realms, as long as those realms are willing to allow their undead ships to sail into their harbors. And they will always accept bodies in trade.
So, because a lot of our coast is priest kingdoms, they are not as open to it.
Well, a lot of your coast, they're also on the other side of the world. Like, that's the thing. Gior is in the western continents. Most trade that happens is across the Sacred Isles of Teteo through middlemen. Because otherwise it's almost impossible to cross the ocean. That's like the only place you can safely cross the ocean on a boat. The account of these people who have traveled to Gior say that they are secretive. Their art is wielded in plain sight, but they are not keen on discussing it with outsiders. Even though you can hear the bone song anywhere you go, like almost everyone knows how to do a little bit of bone shaping. Even basic artisans who are not full necromancers know a little bit about it because it's the very substance of their lives. But they are guarded with their secrets. They allow foreigners in their cities, but they kind of don't interact with them as much, only very limited amounts. So this person who traveled there and studied there wrote a lot of notes about it, but didn't get like the sauce from the higher ups, from the people who really know what they're talking about, the masters.
Okay.
So if you were to go there and try to seek the secrets of necromancy, you would have to find a way to steal them or convince the masters to reveal them. Garnet, you were looking into the void sphere. So, the void thing. The last time we spoke, you knew that if you could inscribe and secure void runes, then they would allow you to expand the field that you'd be able to create, act as anchors, little cuts. If a void sphere is like a tear in the world, then sort of cutting around the edge with all these things would be like perforating it before you punch it out. However, you need to find a way to create a void rune that doesn't burn away, or burns away very slowly, in order to put the correct runes in a big old circle around the academy.
Because my void scribe, at least to my understanding, I feel like I need to focus on it in order for it to start that disintegration. So could I just imbue it with power but not focus on it?
Well,
It says to remain intact. I must
the
concentrate on
glyph
it.
crumbles and ceases to function.
So I need to stabilize it somehow.
Yeah, this would effectively be, you'd have to create a bunch of minor magical items using void magic. Using a very resilient, tough material will help, but you're going to have to put some enchantments on it that kind of stabilize the rune. And even then, it's possible that they will still go bad over time, but we'd be talking weeks, months, years instead of rounds.
Okay. So just look up a material that could.
Adamantine is
Keep
the
the
most
void.
obvious. It's very expensive.
Yeah. Okay, we'll look into it.
Una receives ascending.
Oh shit. I guess I'll eventually go visit.
I need to get the wording of this exactly right, so give me a moment. Ooh, I have a lot more notes on this than I thought I did. Ooh, I have a lot more notes on this than I thought I did. Yay.
Ooh.
Trove detected.
I wear the mask of bone. Tell me your mask's name.
The hell?
Me when I named my mask after my name? Oh, shit.
Kind of looks at the mask and I don't know when I'm supposed to
Garnet.
give these names. Mask of tell it, he, she, they, I have the mask of the Phoenix and who are they? Oh wait, I guess I would have to do the sending. I guess I'll just do the sending for myself, but I'll be in the room so I can't be located.
I wear the mask of bone. I know of you.
Here's your IP address.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, Mask of Bone. A lot of people know of me. And who are you? I would like to know you.
I already told you. I wear the mask of bone. You seek to share knowledge.
Does Mask of Bone have name? You must know mine, but I'd love to collaborate, but only if we can know each other and trust each other.
That's difficult to say, Garnet. You killed Mirek. Can I trust you?
That depends. Do you also want to rid world of evil, or do you want to become it?
Evil is a banal, boring, useless term.
Boring. Hello, Rin.
Is that the end of his message?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right. Drop the alignment then. Like, what are we? What are your ambitions?
I'm consider myself chaotic boring.
I enjoy life. I enjoy learning. I'm very curious.
Are you at the school?
No.
Can I insight check a voice?
Nope.
You get a one-word response on the IM. You feel like you're losing them.
You shouldn't have double texted. It's over.
Then how would you like to communicate going forward? Because this is tough for the long-winded stuff to share.
Drags in another bunch of cynics cross.
Yeah. Getting a little expensive.
It would be best if I came to you. Where would you like to meet?
Does my brain know a safe place?
Well, what are your requirements for safety?
I don't know.
You can go to the bone zone, or he can bring the bone zone to you.
Bone zone. I do not want to go to the bone zone. The bone zone should stay at a distance. Why is he gotta come to my place?
You can totally counter if you want.
What's that little city next to Ioth Academy called? The
Gildenverge.
Is that safe?
Ish.
Ask Mason.
Mason, is that Gildenverge safe?
Define safe. What do we mean by safe?
Are there people around?
There's probably some places where you could get some like privacy, but there's not going to be like, you know, private sanctum type shit. I don't think, right? Is there no?
No. The first time you met Lurkele was like at a little cafe in Gildenverge.
Yeah.
First time Mason met a horde of murderous miraclones.
Mm-hmm.
Gildenverge.
Well, they weren't. They weren't all mirror.
I guess not.
clones. They're mirror things.
Yeah. And they weren't necessarily murderous, right? They were just murdering
they
because
killed the
things were trying to
shit out
murder
of those
me.
guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Gildenverge is Gildenverge is accessible to like wardens at least. Like the courseway can connect to Gildenverge very quickly.
The Golden Bough is a place where you can't harm each other. It's
Can I
also a
alter
place.
self? Like, does alter self work there?
Yeah.
Like, did people like scan people on entry? Are we like true sighting people on the way in, or what?
Last time you didn't see any of that happening.
I'm sure Milo's just got regular vision.
Mm-hmm.
Can you meet at the Golden Bough? You know how to get there?
Delightful. When?
I'll need to get some things. Tomorrow night? You free?
Again, delightful.
And this, I am assuming evening would be a busy time for the Golden Bough, right? Which is...
It's always a busy time at the Golden Bough.
Always evening somewhere in the world.
Right. Okay. Tomorrow night it is. See ya.
Oh shit, we didn't check what time zone he's in.
True. Oh my god, the details.
I'm sure.
Okay, we've got global evening. We're on a flat Earth here.
He knows where you are. Actually, Anakra is globe shaped. He knows that you're at the academy. He's heard of you, so ostensibly he can do the time zone thing.
Okay.
You love a smart king.
All right. Is there anything that... Are you taking the whole party?
Yeah, I'm down. I'll bring them, go gather the party and... Hey guys, want to go to the Golden Bough tomorrow?
I mean, sure, you're not... are they cool with you now? Did you get invited?
Well, Mason, I was hoping you could teach me how to use this scroll, assuming I could just buy a scroll of alter self at commissary.
Yeah, sure.
How do I use this?
Yeah, you just kind of... I mean, I guess you just do a spell thing, read the spell, but think about what you want to become and visualize all the, features that you want, and you can do it. I can talk you through it while you do it.
Sven was with us last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When we were at the Golden Bough?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I can just be her. They won't question someone they've seen before.
It's a bit weird to be Mason's girlfriend.
Why not?
I mean, I'll ask Sven. I don't think she'll have an issue with it. But, just don't want to be showing up somewhere and someone doesn't know that, hey, you showed up looking like them somewhere without them knowing type thing.
Do we have another girl that was with us? I don't remember who was with us.
Dorina and Co were there. The party elves and Tiefling. Renobi and Dorina were there.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of who you pick, I'd want to tell them, though.
Okay, fine. We'll ask Sven.
Yeah.
I promise I'll be normal.
Okay. That's fine. Why are we going again?
Oh, I think I found another Void Mask user.
Oh. Really? It worked?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Mask
they're in
of
the
Bone.
The Mask of...
That sound cool.
It does. Did they tell you where they were?
No, they didn't say much. That's why I thought Golden Bough would be a nice safe place. They seem to already know where I am and where I live, so meeting up somewhere where they can.
Everything about you?
I figured there's probably not a lot of girls that are void users. Like, that kind of seems like a masculine type of magic to be into, so...
Yeah, and I imagine you probably made some waves in the Ernstwile Void community when you...
Void community, okay, yeah. Yeah, he did sort of know about the Merrick incident.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Probably came up.
Maybe he's a fan, or maybe he hates me, I don't know.
I mean, Merrick was an asshole. Maybe he'll be very happy that,
He thought evil was a stupid word, so...
Okay, that seems like a branding thing.
Seems like someone wants to justify doing some maybe evil things, perhaps. But who knows?
That's why we're gonna bow it up. So
Listen.
Yeah, let's go fill Sven in real quick, and then.
Sure.
Wait, when are we going?
Tomorrow night. You guys are free?
Yeah. I can clear up my schedule. I wouldn't have anything going on. It's fine. Just Sven.
All right, where's Sven at?
Are you all going or just Mason?
We can all go. if they
She
want
might
to.
have questions.
Yeah, which I
she's-
won't have the answers for.
She's in the middle of going over some stuff that, like some international diplomacy things, a map of where she thinks that rogue copper dragon is, that kind of stuff. She brightens. She's like all the way leaned over and hunched, bad shrimp posture when you enter, but she visibly brightens up when she sees you and smiles genuinely at Garnet as well. Hey,
Posture check.
Posture check.
You get very into it when you're. I mean, it's cute, but posture check. Anyways, good to see you.
Yeah, what's going on?
How's your stuff going?
It is good.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if we can catch it. The
Ooh.
Table of Elders.
Okay. Oh, sounds good. Yeah, we had a quick question for you. You know how we went to the Golden Bough that one time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard to forget that one. If Garnet wanted to go back but not appear as Garnet, would you be okay with her alter selfing to look like you? Not to kill any trees this time, right, Garnet? Not to avoid.
That was to get us out, Yeah,
I know.
I'm just there to have a meeting with someone, and I try not to get killed.
Okay.
I could ask you first, of course.
Okay, good.
You can say no if it's not comfortable.
Just hold on for a moment. Okay. Please don't do anything that's gonna get me like cursed or hunted or wanted.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you asking me. That was absolutely the right thing to do.
Of course. And actually, Garnet, no
You'll be
doing anything
there.
weird as Sven, okay? And getting Sven in trouble.
I knew
Like, actually.
that.
Yeah, just remind her.
Thanks, guys.
Bring you back a nice drink.
Can we take drinks out of there?
A mocktail.
I mean,
can't get the good stuff.
I mean, we have to drink to get in there, right?
Oh, do
we? You a lovely branch.
You have to be somewhere where at least 3 or more people are eating, drinking, singing, being merry. So either you have to start the party or you just have to go somewhere and cause the party.
I mean, we can just have a party, the 3 of us, right? Or the 4 of us, when you want to just be at the party. And...
You can turn up with 2 Santiscos? Oh, it's Marshall's dream.
Oh, okay, Adlor, that's... Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm the one who said that we should ask you, okay, for the record.
I'm not saying... Okay, yeah, that's... Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, party. We should go throw one.
You're just gonna have a room kegger?
Oh yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
The lot of you gather together, grab some sky wine, grab some spiced ciders, a little this, a little that. Got the culture on standby.
Of course. Just about to say.
Better get crossfaded up in here.
You're all sitting there, and Sven is like up next to Mason, sort of leaning into him, and it's kind of weird. Well, you're gonna have to cast it before you go in there, because otherwise, like, they're gonna know, right?
Yeah, and how I have the specimen in front of me and just kind of frames her up and casts an alter self and tries to mimic her.
Okay. She
Santisco gives notes.
No, the hair a little here, a little there.
Yeah, maybe we acquired 2 alter selves. One's the practice run, and then iron out the imperfections.
All right, she sits there and she's like drinking a little bit more heavily and just kind of looking at Garnet. And drinking more heavily and looking at Garnet.
Want to kiss or something? Have you ever kissed yourself? Just kidding. You do look great though.
I was gonna say you should probably go.
Okay. Well, party started, right? How does this work?
Oh yeah, you've been partying for a while. You tap the coin against the door and walk through. That's all you gotta do. She's visibly blushing at what Garnet said.
Mason's chuckling at it.
Athel keeps his thoughts to himself.
God damn it.
All right. You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll see if I can get a Sven token and just code it to be Garnet real quick.
Hell yeah.
It's extremely Garnet coded.
Oh god.
Humming a merry little song. Allowing for some flouncing and some merriment.
Merriment.
All right. Garnet coding this card. Someone played a Sventisco card. Why did you play a Sventisco card? What are you angry at?
Sven's going full
walks in.
Oh, did we leave Sven drinking alone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Way to put that thought out there.
Oh.
Leave her with her thoughts.
Okay.
Drinking alone in Mason's room.
Damn.
The three of you step back into the Golden Bough. You are immediately assailed by this warm wave of hearth fire heat. The smell of meat dripping off the bone, delicious baked goods, fantastic beer, just this, and immediately your hearts and your adrenaline levels sort of rise a little bit. At the far end of the room is that resplendent golden tree with a single dark scar on it. Milo is in fact behind the bar, and there's all sorts of fae and genies and travelers and fiends in here.
Quick, look for Matt Mercer and Iron Mouse. Quick, where are they? Where are they?
Hi.
Wait, is my
You just
poster in
see a
here?
door shutting.
Yes, actually, there is a poster directly next to the door. I just prepped it.
Oh, fuck. I just, so gross.
Oh, we know that girl. Oh, Jam.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm glad we ditched her.
Yeah, well, she was a lot of trouble.
Yeah, fucking bitch.
So I can't remember it right now. I had some sort of idea where that adventure would impact you guys, but I decided that was a little bit too wild because there's like cowboys and robots and stuff, and that's not the vibe I want here. But I thought,
yeah.
Just putting the thought out there that he's thought it. Got it.
Yeah. Maybe not this Golden Bough, maybe the next Golden Bough.
So
the party has entered.
So I'm holding my Void book, and it's invisible to everyone, but I'm imagining maybe it'll be visible to other Void users. So I'm trying to snipe somebody, trying to look for someone who's carrying a book.
Okay. You don't see anyone carrying a book, but this gentleman at the table in the lower right-hand corner smiles and waves cheerfully to you.
Also, what's the vibes of this place like, just generally?
Dude, it's a party.
Okay, everyone's partying. Nice.
It's a party. It was a party last time. It is a party this time.
Good stuff.
And as you walk in, Milo looks up from where he's cleaning out a glass, looks between the two of you, locks eyes with Garnet for a moment, and then goes back to cleaning.
Oh, I love this one. Athel goes over to where the harpsichord presumably is and joins in on the song.
Oh yeah, do you want your alone time?
Just watches Hathor just going have a. Well, I don't want to keep you guys from a fun night, so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get a drink. I'll keep an eye out. Just wave if you need anything, and he just walks over to the bar.
Eyes and full of luminous.
Oh God. So embarrassing.
Would you know about the Vindus roll?
Oh, God. Oh, it drops the D100 on all of us. Oh, does that even work here? Oh, you're muted.
Oh, muted.
I was just doing a little Les Miserables. Mason, Milo sits down the glass and leans over the counter. What do you want?
Hi, good to see you again. Just having a little party and, figured we'd say hello. Can I get something? Do you make mixed drinks here? Like, wait, why that? Like, I mean, like, something with Elven Sky Wine, but not just Elven Sky Wine, but like mixed with others. Of course you can. Yeah, why am I even asking? You got, yeah. Have 2 of those, please. One from a friend over there. And points to Athel.
So what mixed with what? There's a lot of different things that could be mixed in there. Surprising?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. You know what's good, right?
Great.
Yeah.
I like to think I do.
So I've heard great things.
And, all right. So one for you, and a vodka. Just a vodka back there.
Oh, sorry, that was just a joke to Mason.
All right.
Because he was like,
All right,
like an
Milo's
underager trying to order.
2 of your finest alcohols, please, Barton.
He goes underneath and he pulls out 2 tall glasses with thin stems, and then they kind of they're crystal goblets, really. He puts a little frozen cube, like rounded melon-balled fruit into each of them. Pour some something sparkling and fizzy in, and then a little bit of red juice of some kind. Then the wine, the sky wine on top, drizzling it around, and then some sort of smoke or mist that he pulls out of a box. It looks like a little cloud floating over it, and there's lightning sort of.
Okay, I don't know what any of that is, but it looks like you do know your stuff.
This is a fresh mantle.
Fresh mantle?
Mm-hmm.
Like mantle as in...
As in drink it, it's good.
Okay, alright. So, alright. Enough said. Wait, I don't remember how this goes. Do we pay you? Do you need coin? No, it's okay. Right. Oh, thank you. Cheers. And
have fun.
Thanks. I mean, that's the plan. You too. Walks back over to Athor while keeping an eye on how Garnet's thing is going.
Garnet, you sat there. This person is dressed extravagantly. Like these silks, not just rich, but like incredibly fine taste. There are probably more expensive fabrics, but not many. You've got silks. You've got the hides of rare creatures. Very elegant jewelry. Fine indigo and purple cloth. Just all of it custom tailored. This is a person who has a decent amount of wealth, knows how to enjoy it, and enjoys enjoying it. His voice is like very deep and smooth and velvety. And I've been talking for like 7 hours, so I'm only going to try so hard. It is lovely to meet you. You want something to drink?
We know each other?
I think we have some interests in common. And we don't know each other
I drank on my
yet.
way here.
More's the pity. Reaches over and grabs a goblet of what's got to be something outrageously expensive, like a really, really, really fine wine. Just sort of sips from it delicately. So what brings you here?
Well,
Some light reading?
is trying to see if he has a book on him or anything again,
You do not
like
see
under
a-
the table.
You don't see a book on him at all, but he has, what brings you here? Some light reading?
Just, I guess she'll set her book on the table and see if he can even see it.
He looks down at the table and turns a page.
Of his own or
Of
mine?
yours. Of yours.
Have you brought any reading material?
No, I prefer talking. Besides, that's a very limited edition. Highly collectible.
Okay. So we're on the same page. And kind of shuts her book so you can't just rummage through it. So a mask of bone?
Yes. Little something that I picked up along the way. It wasn't my first inclination, but I thought it was artistic, poetic in its own way. It suits me just fine. Yours is quite the little riddle.
What does yours do?
How would you respond to that? The laughing god has been invoked. The party has a 1d8 inspiration die they may use at will.
How are you?
Oh, some of the same things yours does, and some that yours doesn't.
Have you ever seen a void sphere?
No. Again,
Have you done any research at all? What do you know and not know?
Mm-hmm. Well, those are both extremely long lists. Would you like to be more specific?
I'm just trying to get a sense of what you do so I can fill you in on the things that I've learned and not waste your time.
Well, I know a couple of naughty words that I'm too smart to say here. He glances back at the golden tree and then back over to you.
Okay, so you can write.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm glad-
Devastatingly.
Glad you picked up on the basics. What about speech?
I'm fluent.
Okay. Got the foundation. So, well, where does the depth go? Well, what have you come about these days? Any recent discoveries? Or are you just a reader, a writer?
I'm practicing as well. I feel that you don't really understand just by learning theory. Hands-on experience is always much more rewarding. But trust me, research is one of my great passions. And I must say I envy you. I think you've enjoyed the benefits of more direct tutelage than I have.
How'd you learn then with just a mask and no books and reading material?
There is only one of those. The rest of us have to make do with metaphor and simile and words hidden within other words so that they don't blister the very pages themselves. But there have been other authors who have written of such things, and I did study with the late master himself. Just not as long and not as personally as you. I've had to collaborate with some of his other students.
So you guys were like a part of a class of his?
Students of the same teacher will learn certain pedagogy that they share in common. I rather suspect that if things hadn't turned out so poorly between the two of you, you would have been properly introduced at some point.
Well, he kind of turned out to be an asshole and working with the Infernals. So kind of had to draw a line there.
Oh, well, from time to time, one must do unpleasant things. It is difficult to get through life with your hands entirely unstained, especially if you're trying to accomplish great things. But I assure you, those pillagers were beneath him. And he knew it.
Who do you work for?
I answer to no one but myself. And
Can I
like it
instant
that
check
way.
that?
Sure, go ahead. I'm going to roll a d20, and I am not going to tell you. Okay, I got
I'm
an
gonna go
20.
fuck myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think I've got the double rolling thing going on. But yeah.
Okay, his
works for
modifier
himself.
is -9.
By the way, Mason and Athalor, please feel free, barring any, if Garnet would like some more alone time, please feel free to enter the scene.
Athalor just like takes a drink from Mason. He's like singing with the rock. Goes like, "My strong friend here from Gravel Grown, he shall not sing this song alone. Who cares for flesh? Who cares for bone? When we can roll with rock and stone, rock and stone, rock and stone."
It's just clapping along with it, cheering him on.
Bunch of dwarves in there just partying up.
It's like, all right, when you stop singing, you must have a taste of this drink. I don't know what's in it, but it's so good. It's Elven Sky Wine, and it's a bunch of stuff he threw in there. He really knows his drinks.
Who are you enjoying a night off?
Looking over at her friends and just they're having a good time, and she's like worried and looks back over. Well, no one anymore, but I'm looking for colleagues, actually.
Of course, of course. It's odd, isn't it? It can be such a lonely pursuit, by definition, and yet we always do better when we're surrounded by our peers. You don't seem like you're enjoying yourself. Please. There's plenty to go around here. It's all on the house.
Well, I have a certain spell I'm trying to maintain right now, and I don't want to mess that up. The signs are very clear.
Certainly it wouldn't be affected by having a bite to eat, would it? He's like got a whole charcuterie board that he's just picking from the entire time as well.
She'll grab like a toothpick and just like grab a cheese or something just to shut him up.
There we go. There we go. Much better. I'll do you the courtesy of not looking at you.
Thanks. But so yes, are you looking for work? Are you busy? Or what are your ambitions around void magic research?
I am quite occupied and happily occupied, but I always have time for new dalliances. I have been studying rather longer than you have, by a significant factor. Your feats, the mastery that you've demonstrated, the things that I have heard, very impressive. And he glances down at the book on the table.
Yeah, well, I've been experimenting with some of the more malleable magic part of this book, and I need help understanding some of it, or at least someone to bounce some thoughts off of. So I don't know if the Academy would let you own the premises, but maybe we could establish
probably not.
Be some kind of sending stone or some way to meet up like this and go over notes.
Perhaps, but you have aroused my curiosity. He like has your name in his mouth and then just sort of doesn't say it. What are your intentions for void magic? What brings you down this path? Do you see the beauty of it? Is it a cudgel to be clubbed over the heads of your enemies? What do you see in it?
Well, I have the same curiosity as you do and a talent for it. What else would I need?
I'm going to roll an insight check, and I am not going to tell you the modifier. You don't have to roll a deception check because you're not lying. You're just being guarded.
Clink strings of mason. Oh, this is. Milo always knows. Should we check in on Garntisco?
Just kind of looks over. It seems like.
What's Garnet's body language right now?
Probably just stern, arms crossed, sometimes eating cheese, staring at the cheese, not making eye contact, which usually means she's uncomfortable or thinking.
I fancy sliced meats.
The gentleman at the table when you're looking over, just sort of turns towards you and raises a glass with a bright smile.
Athelor also raises his glass and does a rhythmic kind of skip over. Just the time with the music.
Hey.
Hello. Sorry about that. They needed a chorusman, you know. Do man.
Athelor, best chorusman I've ever seen. And cheers.
Now, why are you apologizing for expressing yourself?
You're Sventisco's new friend.
Yes, Athelor Mason, Dr. Bone, or
Delighted.
whatever.
Dr. Bone. That's quite the theme. What's your theme, Sventisco?
I guess a phoenix theme.
It's a curious one. It's a curious little riddle.
A riddle? The theme?
Oh, yeah. Last riddle I solved was not welcome.
I'm still solving riddles right now. Oh, I haven't thought about those in a minute.
Does it make your head hurt? But yes, the entire idea... Sventisco, are these two in your confidence?
Yeah, very close friends of mine.
Ah, excellent. Well then, the particular manner of our shared hobby is philosophically inimical to the very concept of Phoenix.
Oh, he's using big words.
You are a walking paradox, Sventisco.
I've been told that once.
Really? By someone else charming and clever?
More fiery, but yeah. Don't really get what that means. I'm just here to study and do my best, and...
Oh, would you like me to elucidate?
Sure.
Certainly. So, the entire theory of void magic is subtraction. You could consider more mundane forms of the arcane to be multiplication or division, where you take what is and you make it interact with other things that are and produce something new. But this particular course changes things by subtraction, like taking a block of marble and chiseling it away instead of accumulating clay in a pile. Just as much of an artist's work, and just as perhaps more difficult, because a mistake cannot be undone, a cut cannot be uncut. But you understand my meaning. It removes, it erases, destroys forever. Whereas the entire nature of the Phoenix is to sculpt something and then break it down and sculpt it into something else.
Right. Have you ever subtracted, let's say, parts of yourself to use any bits of this magic?
I try not to. I'm very fond of myself.
Tell. So you have or have not?
Oh, here and there. There's usually something else to subtract whenever possible. You look like your brain is working overtime, young elf.
I was just wondering about your theming again. I've recently been reading about a city of bone.
Jor.
Yes. Oh, Jor.
Yes. That was the I will confess, you've had me out. That was my inspiration in the first place.
Are you a citizen? I don't know how that.
No. Just a tourist,
Citizen.
really. A vacationer.
Ooh,
I
how many
travel
times
there
have you
from time
been?
to time. Several times a year.
Oh,
Then you must live on the far continents.
Mm-hmm. Depends on who you ask. From my perspective, you live on the far continent.
True, but we assumed that Mirik was native to these ones.
Do you really think someone like him would restrict himself to one place or another?
yeah, not really.
He outgrew the place that named itself after him just when he outgrew that name. Do you understand what I mean by the paradox now, Sventisco? The Phoenix is the cycle. The void undoes the cycle. You wield its power with the symbol of its opposite. A paradox. An impossibility. Irreconcilable differences.
Well, that's just what inspired me at the time, I guess, to
It is very inspired.
You said evil is banal or whatever. Where do you stand on this good and evil, infernal or not infernal battle?
The infernals have their uses when necessary. But the very idea of ideologically anchoring yourself to them, why would I do that unless it served my needs? Because all they're going to want is to use me to pursue their own. They don't care for anyone. They don't care for us. I just happen to understand that. If they have something that I want, I'll do what I need to get it. But they're not a way of life. They're just colonizers.
So, have you ever worked with one?
I've dabbled. I've used a thing or two that they've taught, but I've never worked for one.
They've taught you. Taken a class from an infernal, then?
I don't think I've had much in the way of one-on-one experience, but they have the ones that they've taught, and they write things down. And if they think that you're going to join the little cult, they might teach you a thing or two. I know a bit of infernal magic.
Oh, like what?
Let me see if we can demonstrate anything here without
alarming the bar. I summon Imhotep, Lord of the Underworld.
He picks up a little piece of meat and then almost growls a few words in the infernal tongue. And hellfire springs up from his hands, which are sort of pinched together like this to hold it. A little spout of hellfire just consumes it. A thing or two.
Oh, but it's barbecue magic.
No. Nothing like food roasted over an open flame.
A hellborn fire.
Mm-hmm. Most of the other things are difficult to demonstrate here, given the restrictions. And I'm not talking about the rules. I'm talking about the fact that, Athalor, might I see your hand for a moment? Here on the table.
Athalor sheepishly puts a hand down on the table.
I can't hurt you here.
He pulls out a knife and lightning fast slams it down. You don't feel anything. But it chips into the table. Like there's a thud. The table shakes. You don't feel anything. When he pulls it back out, you are completely uninjured.
Ow?
I suppose I could have said it like Mason here. It's against the rules.
Is there a check I can roll on this guy's attire?
Yes. Roll a history check, please.
I'm gonna lucky dice this. Why not?
All right.
See if I can hit myself a lore dump. No, it's a hard 11.
11. You'd say it is cosmopolitan and multicultural. It indicates somebody who travels a lot. It's not, there's bits and pieces. The best of the best from many different places. But you couldn't identify them as such.
Could I take out a quill and try to mimic what he did, but stab this guy in the hand and see if I can break a concentration on an illusion spell? Just like if I can see it even flicker or something, just to see if he's also using an alter self.
Right. You pull out a quill and you go to stab him, and it goes right through his hand, as if his hand is not there. It feels like he's an illusion. Like the two of you could pass things back and forth. You could hug, you could handshake, but you can't stab each other.
Oh, that's like the rule of the bar.
This is a place where enemies can talk.
You can't do any, like, even 1 point of damage?
Correct.
Bruh.
That's why he thought it made sense that you wanted to meet here, because you couldn't hurt each other.
Could always do psychic damage the old-fashioned way.
Your parents don't love you.
How does psychic damage work? If I were to just do void speech.
Void speech, as we've covered many times before, does not obey the rules. But it does not obey the rules.
Okay, I'm gonna lean over the table, like halfway across, try to get as close as I can to his face, and just whisper in void speech, "Who do you work for?" And just to see if it would flicker any kind of illusion.
You hear a voice at the bar say, "Nope!" And a force seizes you by the collar.
What the fuck?
The door swings open, and you go flying out the door.
I was eating a cheese cube.
Just like, oh, that is. Looks over to Milo, wide-eyed.
He like basically is doing the get out of my bar gesture. All he said was nope. Door shuts again. He lowers his hand and goes back to bartending.
Oh, we're good. Okay, I thought.
Sits next to Sventisko on the other side.
So if you ever thought about kissing yourself.
So you want to kiss? Yeah.
roll an insight check, please.
Roll a charisma check, please.
That's why she wanted you to leave, because she was thinking about it. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and take our slightly overdue break. We will be back with more Book of Dawn Ioth Academy.
With a third success, you are back up with 1 HP.
What will you do with it?
I cast sleep at 5th level.
You have more than 57 HP. Do you have more than 57 HP?
44.
I get you.
You said to
Said I'm
look.
intimidating, and I gotta be more.
Oh.
Less of that. And
No. I don't think you have to be less of that. It's just that you are, and that's okay. But
I don't want to just be okay. I want to be amazing for a mate or whatever.
amazing for a mate.
Yeah.
Cut it out, you're trying to fuck.
Not that kind of mate. Like a crewmate. A life crewmate.
Sus.
Like a mate.
Wow.
You have carte blanche aside from that.
Cool. So thinking kind of like, because it's pocket dimension and shapeshifting, but maybe it's kind of like a Venom-esque arrangement where it's a dimensional parasite that so like when he absorbs things into his hand, maybe it's like a fucking, oh no, I've done it again. Maybe it's a teethy hand that like a toothy hole.
Could you please just once not consort with otherworldly powers from beyond the scope of human imagination? Just once, Light Day.
I refuse. There's too much empty headspace here with my lack of a brain to not have another thing in there.
Do minor illusion and create a top hat, milady. Just like just walk 10 feet away and then
You need her.
She's so angry.
If you ever milady me, I will punch you in the face.
You'd have to be a lady first for me to milady you.
Excuse me?
Nothing, Grandmaster. I would never dream of disrespecting you in that way.
Memory and the form, physical or otherwise, of the Internal Revenue Service.
I'm gonna kill the IRS. I'm gonna justice the IRS.
My kind have a very particular set of laws on violence. We call it our terms of service. Despite what my terms of service.
Think so.
Oh my god! It's hot! Oh, I'm gonna stop you so. Oh, it's so hot! I don't like this at all!
Genuinely
Genuinely what?
scared me.
My apologies.
It's just this guy trying to be summoned.
He's trying to summon himself.
I will go have my shadows teabag the teleportation zone. Proceed to teabag.
I need you
in
to
an
roll,
effort to taunt.
I need you to roll a persuasion check to convince the Phoenix Knights not to immediately smite the hell beast that you're riding on.
The horse I'm on? Well, it's because I'm riding the horse. They need to be persuaded not to
Yeah,
dismount
because
me?
it's evil. It's a fiend. It's in league with the Infernals. It is an abomination that must be purged.
But it's just a baby.
A malevolent. It's not a baby. As it like as it paws at the crushed skulls of the devils.
Eats the corpse of its former rider.
The two Phoenix Knights sort of look at each other.
It's fine.
And they're gonna steel themselves against the malevolent force attempting to rise.
Well, we're magic users. We don't need a fucking sword to go through planes. We just wish our way there. We're spellcasters.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of the magical. I'm thinking of the stabby properties.
I don't have any stabby things, but
Yeah.
we could just blast them.
And my last stabby thing, I put in Mantra's mouth.
That. You know?
Good night, everybody.
How many?
Oh, me instant regret sentence.
The emotional roller coaster of this episode is breaking my brain. All right, champions, round number 3. Fight.
I would like to cast fuck this at 3rd level.
You could certainly try.
I'll cast in invisibility at 2nd level.
It's the appropriate name for it. Fuck this, I'm out. We're renaming invisibility.
Oh, we're gonna grind your bones to dust and then we'll lick it with our tongue. And every time we put you in the oven, we're gonna make it grow and get so yummy. It's gonna be good. We're gonna be tasty, just like we should. You're gonna die.
And the Marid, this genie, shouldn't be able to arrive here. Ioth Academy is still technically protected by the dome, even if it's weakened. But it caught... I know, yeah, most protected place on Earth. Been attacked 12 times this year. Sue me.
Yeah. Safe, smile.
Exactly. Any safers in chat? But the Marid essentially hitchhiked on that pole of magic. When the water elemental came up, it sort of followed along with it. It drafted behind it, and that's how it was able to arrive. And there's your natural 20.
I just like the part where you say you came down a pole. I just stuck to that. Elemental strippers! Fuck!
Can I get fan art of Duba's pole dancing, please? I'm going to file a request for that.
Duba Queen.
Duba cheeks!
Well, we can get you in contact with our administrator and we can sort out this issue, but we do have to head on inside for an important matter.
Yep. Important matter is going to have to wait. Sorry. Slight matter of defamation of character. No, I've been read in entirely on your little mechanical big gob that you crafted up. And having my name bandied about inside that big fancy school of yours, getting all sorts of unwanted attention from the big horned man himself. Ooh. Ooh. Mm.
Well, you sound and look like an asshole, so I feel like we did you a favor.
The negotiator, everybody.
me and Ariana just swap characters.
Welcome back to Book of Dawn, Ioth Academy, where Garnet Tosaka has been forcibly ejected from the Golden Bough for the second time. Coming to my nose.
God knows why.
Crowing, leg
You gotta define the rules, okay? It doesn't say no voice speech anywhere in this bitch. And I was whispering. We got fucking Hawkeye elf ears over there. She'll say this to Sven.
Sven vents to Sven.
Are you done with that?
What?
Like the me thing?
Oh. Looks to see if the portal is closed or whatever. And
Oh, the door from your side now just goes back out into the school. Like it no longer is open for you. But they'll still be able to get back.
I guess. And she'll snap out of her.
Unless.
Okay, thank you. Meanwhile, back inside the tavern, the stranger goes,
Yeah. You would think she would have learned her lesson from the first time.
You really
not
wouldn't,
surprised. Yep. I'm with Mr. Bone.
He chuckles at Athalor and then, well, are the two of you planning to stick around, or do you need to go see to your friend Sendisco?
That's a good question. Why did you agree to meet with her?
Ours is a very particular field of study with few aficionados, and
right.
Do we not always seek the company of our peers? Is it not comforting? Shared interests are the basis of many, many a friendship.
True. What do you seek to gain out of it? Is it just friendship? Is it knowledge? Is it more?
Cooperation, joint research, advancing our study with each other. Exactly what you're doing at that school of yours at this very moment. Well, not this moment. You're currently in a tavern between realms. But that's, which is neither here nor there. But yes, simply what you do at your school. There is no school for our arts. There are only teachers and peers.
Right, I suppose that makes sense. I just, forgive the questions, I don't really know how.
Are you concerned about my intentions towards your friend?
I mean,
Need I
yes,
seek your
naturally.
blessing first?
I mean, you could do what you will, but I can also ask questions as I will, I suppose. It's up to you whether you want to answer them or not. But it seems you've been rather forthcoming, if you are to be believed.
Always. Always. Will that satisfy you? I'm not asking you to leave after all. There is no party quite like the Golden Bough.
Yeah, Athel, were you curious about more of the City of Bone or whatever, or?
About Gior,
Yeah, that's the place.
You know who our friend is, obviously, because you talked about the paradox. Do you know who we are?
I've heard a thing or two. I don't get around the Sunswept lands particularly frequently, but I pick up on items of interest. You are the Underood, and you are...
Ooh.
You're that copper girl's boyfriend.
That is true.
We have a copper girl.
Oh, that's who that was. What a charming choice of face.
Indeed. Indeed. A little weird, but, you know.
You wouldn't have to have a diplomat's pouch, would you?
Not on me.
Well, since you know my name, could often, I wouldn't mind pen paling about that city, learning about it a little bit, the Farlands.
I'll do you one better. And he pulls out a piece of paper, not parchment, very fine, expensive paper, and a quill that is obviously a minor magical item. It's like an endless quill of ink. And very delicately, with his fingers kind of held like this, spends a few moments drawing on it. He writes a word, and he draws a teleportation sigil.
Oh.
The word that he writes down is... I need to make sure that I'm spelling this right, because I am a fool and I give my characters really elaborate, complex names. Yeah, I got it right. Cool. Indrasakar.
Oh.
Indrasakar.
And that's on the teleportation circle?
Mm-hmm.
Indrasakar, where's that?
Sitting right in here in front of you. That's me. That's my name.
Oh.
This will lead you to my winter home. I may not always be there, but I will ensure that the housekeeping knows to expect and welcome you should you happen to drop by.
Was that in Gior itself?
Yes.
Oh, your winter home, right, okay.
Mm-hmm. I like to travel south for the summer, whenever possible. I look forward to seeing you. I will say that it is customary to bring a housewarming gift wherever one goes. Or a host gift, actually, yes. It's not exactly a warm house. I've had it for some time. But yes, host gifts are always appreciated.
I'm sure I can find something unique to the Sunswept lands.
Perfect. Excellent. I look forward to it. I suspect that under different circumstances, you'd be fantastic conversationalists.
maybe a few sky ones less as well.
Mm.
Or maybe more. Who knows? Depends on the kind of conversation, I suppose.
It is moderation that becomes boring. Things get interesting when you fall on either side of that.
Oh, that's fair. That's true.
Should
Wait, for this gift, is this like a one gift per group thing, or one gift like per individual thing, or just I don't want to be rude by mistake.
Can we all sign the card?
That
Yeah.
depends on what kind of a person you are, Mason.
Well, I mean, I'm one that wants to respect each other's customs and wishes.
Then act accordingly.
Fair enough.
One last note about your philosophy about void. Would you say that void and entropy are similar or disparate in your mathematics and philosophy?
Disparate. Entropy is just things changing. It is simply a change. It's not annihilation. An
Irreversible nonetheless.
An entire world could fall to dust, and somebody sufficiently enterprising could do something with that dust. But if there is no dust left over, then you can't make any clay from it, then you can't shape anything from it. There's just nothing.
I enjoy there being some things. Don't go too fast.
You assume this is about philosophy.
I've made a lot of assumptions about void users. A couple of them have been wrong.
Which ones, I wonder?
Constantly surprising individuals. And all dangerous.
True and true. He raises his glass, and again, a very toothy smile, and takes another drink of it.
Athol reaches down and has another cheese cube. We should catch up to our friend before she punches a hole in the wall.
I am grown up to the point where I am not constrained by a bedtime. But growing minds need their sleep.
Nice meeting you, Dr. Mr. Bone.
Indrasakar, please.
Indrasakar.
It will do quite fine. At the Lore Mason, I look forward to seeing you again.
Imagine it might be soon.
Athlor bows his head slightly, glances over to Milo to see how antsy bro is before moving over towards the door.
He doesn't seem antsy. He does he was doing something else. When you look over, he definitely looks over at you, just kind of with a what expression. Not like what, just kind of like what.
What was the bars or the whole place's reaction to Sventisco getting kicked out?
It definitely drew some heads, but people get yeeted from the bar. It happens.
A trio of Brits who got lost in Scumfolk went, "Way!"
Exactly. Would the two of you like to return?
Yes, so go back. Well, at least I'll go back through the door. Mason can come.
When you pass back through the door, you are once again in the room where you were having the party. Sventisco and Garnet are both sitting on the floor. Garnet is sitting on the floor. Sventisco is visibly relieved.
Oh.
And more so when you return.
That went, That when?
That did go. Things happened. Were
You guys kept talking to
satisfied?
my guest, so what'd you learn?
Well, got a teleportation circle to his winter home.
Yep. And his name? I don't know if you got his name.
Drasika.
Yeah.
Seems like
Anything else?
Asked him basically what he wanted out of meeting with you, and they said there was so few of your kind. It's nice to have some peers that dabble in the same thing, kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Felt just
Couldn't
kind of
really-
happy to talk, I suppose.
Gonna get a real bead on his motivations.
Yeah. What did you think of him?
Couldn't get a read.
certainly
Well,
seems well
Sven, thanks for the face. Don't think you're banned. Shit, place sucks anyway. But I'm heading to bed then. Good night, y'all. We'll head out.
Good night, Garnet.
Yeah, I think I'll get a couple hours as well. Thanks for the night. I thought raises a pretend glass.
Good night.
Heads back towards his room.
Within seconds, Sventisco is making out with Mason as the door shuts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
as soon as the door shuts, lock eyes, just boom. We know.
Mm-hmm. And we cut to the next day. Let's see. What else do y'all want to do tonight? There are definitely things we could do. Like if you want the sage to come back and like proceed with that, Garnet, or if you want to go to the God Vale and call up a few more gods, we could definitely do that. We could go to Jor. I would be winging it the entire time. I know about the city, so like I could absolutely deliver some Jor tonight. I don't have like a specific sequence of events planned for it.
I feel like we could save that for.
Yeah, we can
next
save
time.
that. I need to get a housewarming gift anyway, apparently.
Yeah, same. Oh yeah, important. We'll tell the Garnet we need to. We'll tell the Garnet we need to get a housewarming gift if we go there.
I am impartial as to where we go.
Mm-hmm. I would say if there's one of those specific things sounds appealing, or if you have a different thing that sounds appealing, we can do that. I had no idea that you were going to call up other Void users, and I'm just glad that I knew about Indrasakar and had him like ready to go. I have lots of stuff like that waiting in the wings, but if you don't want to go to Jor or have the sage come back or talk to a god, then I would need you to give me a plot hook or we can go to bed, because I'm on hour 7.
Well, we're like two days or so later now, so Sage can come back?
Yeah, the sage can come back.
We all go meet her when she gets back, I suppose.
All right. Yeah, she'll return. You have a couple of days. Does anything happen during that time that I need to know about?
Oh, I actually did have one thing. If the couple of days is enough to do some more mirror research, something that might make it easier theoretically, I think. But you tell me.
We love shortcuts.
Yeah. Okay. So like a rune that is placed on a mirror that just hides anyone like entering through that mirror. So like it aims to keep the property that allows like the mirror plane to exist, but just kind of like basically deletes everything else. Like if you're coding, you just like want, okay, like mirror plane exists, and then you like take everything else and just put like does not work or whatever, like in the code.
Okay,
So it's all disabled.
Roll Arcana check. This is going to be a high DC, but you have advantage on this because of your rune knowledge.
All right, cool. I guess the idea is like just try to find the properties of the mirror plane, just allow it to exist, and just say, all right, that's the only thing that I need, and then fuck everything else. Arcana advantage would circle myself. 22.
22. Okay, this is complicated because it's not just about the rune. It's about figuring out how those principles work, because the rune needs to address the principles behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess figuring out those principles is the thing. Yeah.
Leg Day, was that your thinking face?
I was wondering if I'm with Mantra so they can have guidance.
Oh, I mean, sure. You definitely be invited along.
Yeah, if you want to collab.
All right. Do I get a 3? I get a 4.
Big 4.
26.
Okay. All right. 26.
So here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you have a face when you enter the plane of mirrors, but Imago is able to enter it because their visual existence was erased. So what you need to do is replicate that effect, but in a reversible way. Effectively, if you not necessarily turned a person into glass, but gave them the properties of glass, becoming not just invisible, because when you're invisible, people can still see you, your visual is just hidden, and the mirror plane doesn't care. But like, you exist as a translucent, transparent entity, both metaphysically and physically. That might work. There is no precedent explaining this. You would have to experiment with it, and you don't know how to make somebody do that yet.
All right.
But you know who might? Pawabi. That's kind of transmutation-y.
Ooh, sure, yeah.
So we can talk to him
Sounds good.
later.
Sounds good.
When the sage returns, what were each of you doing?
I'll
Just
work on this shit.
Yeah, in the library next to Mason, giving the occasional guidance, just reading my own shit.
Just reading shit.
Okay. All right. Sage returns, lets all of you know that she's back from the moon and is ready to speak with you when you're ready to speak with her.
Ready for ultrasounds don't exist, so I can't make that joke. Should we go find out about the scamp?
Scamp?
Yeah, the little friend you ate, consumed, ingested, seized. I'm running out of words. Let's go.
Okay. When you arrive, she is standing, despite the fact that she's actually acquired a very nice, beautifully carved sort of silver wood wicker bench with some lovely cushions on it. She's got some furniture. It's more like a divan, big enough to sleep on, but she's still standing. The lantern is already set down on the ground in its radiant protective mode. The white staff that she wields, she's holding on to it. You all enter and she shuts the door. There are mysteries that not even the gods understand. But there is one truth I can share with you immediately. The Father of Shadows knows not. He does not seek you. He does not know what has happened. He did not know that Lerkele was with child. He does not know that she is no more. May that at least be a comfort. What else would
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
she had stopped seeing him for a while because the mission was over. And I needed her for something else. So she hadn't seen him for a while, so her absence isn't too suspicious.
And he is but a shadow. Changes and flickers as the light moves. Capable of feeling passionately but not deeply. You need to feel
Rialto
the
told you all this?
Rialta and I determined this. The light of the moon does not shine on the plane of shadows. But she knows the mind of her father, and so she can predict the movements of that shadow. And together we have learned that this, at least, is true. Only one sovereign loathes you. What else would you know?
What are we gonna do about it?
Is Garnet in danger from the raw
Yes.
power of that thing?
Always. It is the nascent spark of the shadow of the thing. There is a strength there and there is a danger there, but it is not the same danger that you find in the sky. And it is not the same power that you find in the sky. It is the power of shadow storms. I believe, Garnet, that in this world, the mortal world, this power would manifest itself by blurring the boundaries between the physical and the shadow. And on the shadow paths, it would take the form of a terrible storm. It could be unleashed, but perhaps not controlled. That remains to be seen. I do not think your life is in any more imminent danger than before. But I think this may change you over time.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
Roll an insight check, please. A 16. Athor, like, as she's staring at the sage, Athor just sort of walks over there. Oh, an 18.
Look deeper.
She is hesitating about something that she does not want to say to you in response to that question.
Well, what is it?
The light of the moon cannot burn this out. You seem, as you're looking at her, kind of giving her that teenage stare, and she's waiting to see how you respond. Another long, elvish pause. And
But something else can.
her face changes, relaxes, but still remains tense. Athalor has the right of it.
What is the other thing?
Brighter than the moon. The sun.
I'm guessing it's Ryder.
They draw from the same well. That fire could cleanse this out of you.
I'm not going to Brontha for this, so we will deal with it.
Would that I knew more of the shadowed paths and could guide you more closely in this. Because a true understanding of that power, a true shadowcaster, may know more, may know how to pluck and separate this from you, like combing out a tangled knot. But I do not know more.
Then help us bring Master Elno back.
What?
That's the only way to solve this, unless we want to start looking elsewhere. And those are not very friendly people, usually.
This is a dangerous thing.
These are dangerous times.
Roll persuasion checks, please. All three of you, roll persuasion checks. 14. 23. 16.
Sage, it was bars.
There are reasons we do not simply take back the threads of those we love and weave them anew. She's thinking about this for the first time because she was not read in on this. Untermuller wanted to keep it a secret. She's going and apparently had succeeded. There are many, many possibilities, many considerations, much that she has learned in her thousands of years. Possibilities and consequences.
If it's not born of love, but of necessity.
Is that necessity certain? Are you sure that it is better to push back the wheel of the cycle, to seek to make a river flow upstream, than it is for you to return to your homeland, Garnet?
Well, I think you have two choices. You either get rid of me or you bring her back. Brontha is not an option.
I'm not going to make you roll another insight check. She is considering both of those options. Not like she's mad at you and wants to whack you, more just like that's the data that you gave her, and now she's measuring both of them.
And she's staring back at her like, if you try it, I will resist. So.
Yeah, she remembers.
Yo, guys,
She remembers year 4, year 5. How long have you been planning this? Contemplating it? And how do you mean to do so?
Well, I've only been contemplating it since our discovery because I did not want to face failure and losing her again. But at this point, I'll be a woe to this school if she doesn't help or someone doesn't help. And I just can't trust any other shadow caster, void user, or anybody to help me figure this out. So.
I found Ioth's writings, the Libris Mortis, where he madly scribbled, dreaming of bringing back Deanthawir and his companions.
So he finished that.
I don't know if it was entirely finished. He started.
That would be a higher order. I guess when he gave up on that, he turned to his own dream instead.
Yeah. Why settle for a companion when you could have the entirety of the dawn?
And yet he couldn't.
The timescale was too difficult. The spread of the soul after death. Hundreds of years.
The task was wrong. It was wrong from first principles. The children of Luminius dwindle and cannot be restored. We have already been remade once. And the second time we shall unravel and lose our hold of the dawn and truly become part of this divided existence. And he should have accepted that. He should have mourned what was lost. I will say to all of you now, I have shrouded my name and call myself Sage because it is my role to determine what is wise, to question every deed, every choice, and guide my people away from reckless, foolish, destructive choices. And the sage cannot permit or condone this. And she cannot help you. But I fear that I am going to.
I like Girl Guys better anyway.
Thank you.
Much has already been sacrificed on your behalf and on your account. And I hope that one day it will be enough. She says that without any malice or bitterness or resentment, just a statement of fact. She passes no judgment on whether those sacrifices were worth it or not. She's not questioning whether or not it's worth it. She's just hoping that one day no more will be necessary. And unless you speak to her, she is going to stand in that room, leaning on her whitewood staff, wandering the minds of her own memory, seeking answers to this question.
How was she, by the way?
Sorrowful and joyful, beautiful and terrible, as she always has been. No, that's not true. The sorrow came later.
Next time I'll visit myself.
She goes back into deep thought. You may leave her to her considerations unless there's something else that you want to do.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Same.
All right. Garnet, later on, you receive a sending spell from a woman with a very, very big, calm, but somewhat rasping voice. Roll a medicine check.
I've been trying to reach you about your flying carpet's extended warranty.
This person sounds injured somehow. Twice I have heard your name. I wear the green rune mask. Where is Alexander?
And this is to Garnet right now, to Una?
This is to Garnet, yes. And you can all be in the same room if you want, if you don't want to miss out on this, but go ahead.
Well, I wish he was dead. If you know, please tell me. While you're at it, who are you? In the 25 words or less.
I wear the green rune mask. I'm looking for him.
As a friend or a foe?
Perhaps as a thief.
Trying to rob him?
Perhaps he is the robber.
Well, he usually destroys things he touches, not really taking, but yeah, sure. I'll bite. I don't know where he is, though. Out of the void.
I know. He was here.
Where's here?
There's a pause. There's definitely a delay here before this woman casts the next spell. I need to find him and understand before his fate is sealed. If you find him, you will seal his fate.
Shame wrong.
It sounds like you gotta catch him before I do.
If I find him and learn he is a plunderer and a desecrator, then I will not stand between you two. If he is not, I cannot see the future.
And when you say she sounds injured, is that like her voice or just
Her voice, yes.
have you been dabbling in some spells you shouldn't have? Or why do you sound like that?
Sovereign wrath.
Any details? Because I've felt that too, but my voice is fine.
Why did you kill Merrick?
Because it was fun. Why do you guys care so much? Jesus. And she says that very sarcastically.
I see.
A lot of questions for someone who doesn't give answers.
There is no response.
A lot of Merrick fans in this void chat.
Everyone's got code names. I guess I'll fill in the party on the conversation, obviously, but
So, are you introducing yourself now as Mask of a Phoenix or the
no,
Phoenix
that's
Mask?
corny, bro.
You want to have a cool code name, right? Like,
yeah,
that inspires some awe, some fear.
How supposed to anyone to appreciate what you've done if you don't even use your real name?
Well, some titles are stronger than names in terms of impact.
If you want to
injured,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, her voice.
I mean, when it comes to ascending, that would mean some like long-term lung damage for it to be internalized in her voice, right?
Sovereign wrath.
Maybe they drowned. Liban? Oh, 1d100. I think Liban's fairly chill. 2. Oh, well, that's a mute.
+1 XP. I don't know if chill's the exact word I would use.
Chilly.
If you want to have a face-to-face conversation, Indrasakar invited you over.
True. Did extend an invitation.
And
Do you
I could
reckon they know each
definitely
other?
handle you visiting him. Even if I don't have the whole city of Jor ready to go, like that house, I could do.
Well, I didn't know about the invitations, so that's up to the party.
They showed you the teleportation circle. That's what they meant to tell you earlier. He wrote down his name and he gave you a... Okay, chat, I see how it is. And he gave you a teleportation circle to go see him.
And that you need a gift when you go.
Yeah. host gifts are expected. Customary.
You want to try and leverage any more of this circle of void users?
I guess we can visit. You guys think it's safe?
No.
Wouldn't bet on it, but I might be optimistic for some reason.
I feel like maybe their curiosity wins out here over pure bloodlust.
So would I be able to get like a power check of like how strong this guy looked? Maybe like aura check? No. Oh fuck.
Well, how about try and do a quick scry on it, Jessica?
Good. Want me to try?
I mean, they're a void users, so they're probably going to be in some manner of sanctum, but maybe we get lucky.
Probably won't work, but yeah.
They talked about traveling a lot. I don't know if they've got a traveling sanctum.
Let's pull out the old orb and see.
Okay. Nothing comes up.
Nothing.
And again, the reason is not automatically revealed.
No.
Is there a way to check if someone was shrouded? How did we figure that out last time?
Hindsight, I don't.
Like we've seen unobservable people. We've also seen Alex in the void. So we know the different stimuli is generated.
That vision was, I think it was the Herald showing you that.
Yeah.
You didn't
That's not
actually
real.
scry the void. The Herald, you scried the Herald, and the Herald like presented an image to you. Didn't like redirect the call because the void is still technically unscribable by most standards. That was just like you hit the Herald. The Herald is an infernal. They have lots of divination protection, but instead of just saying no, he said, "Hey, check this out."
So there's no way to check if someone's shrouded, like through divination or.
Yeah, I mean, you'd
But
have
it
to like
looked-
you'd have to try different. You know what? You could try some of the more advanced spells. Like there are some things that they used in Brontha to try to find you that didn't work. And those would be affected by different things. Let me take a look at contact other plane. Okay. The Master of Divination gladly casts the somewhat dangerous spell, Contact Other Plane, asking for a circle from Mason first in case she blows her save.
Yep. Circle.
And Contact Other Plane does not work. It's a 5th level divination spell. I'm trying to think if there's like higher level divination spells that actually give you the kind of information that you'd be looking for. No. The next step up would be Ioth Academy burning mana, burning that realm resource to use epic lore to try to find out more. How important is this? Because that magic is also used in warfare.
I mean, if we were going to use epic lore, we'd probably cut out the middleman, right? And ask about the green rune mask instead.
Yeah, probably. The Academy has 6 right now. This would take them down to 3. We're a little over halfway through the month when they will get more. The instructors are willing to use this for one thing this month. The rest they are going to save for large-scale things. Either they can do an epic lore spell for you, or you could go visit Indrasakar, or a third secret thing.
Do we know any like enchantments we can do to a room to make it like anti-magic or something? I guess
Yeah,
he's a
what do you-
shadow. No, he's a void user, so I guess it's fucked either way.
Possibly.
It's done, void users.
What happens when somebody else screws the rules right back at you? Visiting a strange rich man's house on the other side of the world. What could possibly go wrong?
Do what Elozrin did and send that fucking, what was it, like major image or whatever he used, where he project image, where we just send ourselves but as illusions. I'm just worried he's gonna try and rob my book, and that would be.
Don't bring it.
Yeah, and then then it's like, oh, by the way, school got invaded and they stole your book, type shit. And
It's okay. They can't. They looked for it.
That hasn't happened in a long time. I don't think. Yeah, the school hasn't been infiltrated for a while.
We're overdue a theft.
I remember us leaving a certain void sphere in Elna's office, and then while we were gone, it got raided.
One time.
So now I'm paranoid, and now I have to cover all my bases in case we get robbed.
Your Honor, I only killed one guy.
So the project.
Now suddenly I'm a murderer.
Right. The project image spell is level 7. You would need a higher level spellcaster or a scroll to cast it. It's a fairly expensive scroll. Not that they would charge you for it, but like you'd have to kind of not ask too much afterwards for a while. And most importantly, it only has a range of 500 miles.
How far is this place?
There's several thousand.
The other side of the planet.
It can't take teleportation circles?
You only have one teleportation. No, the image cannot take teleportation circles. It has to remain within 500 miles of you. So you'd have to get to the other continent.
Oh, so we're like projecting image to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Could he not come 500 miles close to us?
How would you arrange that?
Sending. He's rich. Get a fucking jet. Like,
I mean, no, I mean, what would you tell him to do? What would you ask him to do? How would you phrase that request?
Too far. My feet hurt.
my feet hurt.
It's a short walk through a teleportation circle. Like, that's as easy as it gets. He gave you the key to the front door. Come on in.
Yeah.
The guest dining room is, the dishes are set. Be our guest, be our guest.
Wasn't even guaranteed he would be there. Wait, what season are we in?
It is spring.
Oh, so the winter house is
about to be summer. We are on the cusp of summer. If he knows you're going to be there, he can just go there. He has teleportation circles set up. You have a sending spell. You can just be like, "Hey, let's talk business," or you could try to arrange a meeting somewhere else. It's up to you.
You can just bring a teacher. So if he starts being weird, let's fry him.
I need an adult.
I mean, true. We could also like have a sending scroll and have, or at least tell the sage where we're gonna be. Because she has gate. And if shit goes wrong, she can pull the plug. Have a designated check-in time.
Mm-hmm. Or kill switch.
Mm-hmm.
If we are not back by this time, send a bomb through the teleportation circle.
Bomb them.
Looking over a teleportation. Is that a nuclear device?
What'll it be, team? You could ask him to meet you somewhere else.
I don't know. Anyone got opinions?
I mean, maybe a quick lore check as well. Green runes, where are they the most symbolic?
Mm-hmm. Do a lore check, Mason, but this is so obscure and so vague that your advantage simply nullifies the disadvantage.
All right. What kind of check is this?
Arcana.
Arcana. Okay.
And guidance. Well, the runes make
Oh, circle. I circle myself. Arcana. Surely get one good roll this session. No, I don't.
Incorrect.
You do not.
I will lucky dice, and surely
Okay.
I'll get one good roll this session.
No, you will not.
Incorrect.
That would have been a lot funnier. Roll your d4, please.
Yeah, 3, please.
A 19.
Incorrect.
You
For plus 5, 24.
24. You have that 1d8 Laughing God inspiration die.
true.
If you'd like to use it on this.
Where do green runes go in?
Yeah, are we down to use this?
That's right.
Here?
The square hole.
Sure. I'm down.
Alrighty. 6.
30.
30. Green
Okay.
runes. I'm aware.
Super generic, right? It's like we're looking for a green car. But if you had to guess based on the context and what a little bit about what Garnet said on the sending spell and some of the speech patterns, giant runes. Runes of the giants.
Any
Giants.
giant societies that have dealt with natural disasters in the last 50 years?
Roll a history check.
Circle's still down.
14 plus 1d4 plus 5. 19. 21.
Giants? I mean, it's hard to say because a lot of giants work for Vinder and live in the Sky Kingdom. But there was what was that?
If there were giants that worked for Vindor, maybe there was like a schism. They talked about a Titan's Wrath. Maybe putting down a rebellion.
There was a massive volcanic eruption recently in Orn, the land of the Silver Dragon tribe.
Where Mirik was the god?
Yes.
Well, that seems connected. Did this person, Gallus, did this person indicate that they knew Mirik?
Yeah, they were asking why I killed him.
So they might have been close.
That was last
sounded
autumn
upset.
that happened.
When did we kill on?
Before that.
Last summer, by any chance?
It was in the 5th year. I don't know if it was last summer. It was last year sometime.
I'm just pulling at the threads here. Feels like this green rune person could have been. Mason, you said giant runes. Maybe there are some giants in Orn, a sub-tribe of the dragon tribe. They talked about a sovereign's wrath. Volcanic explosion could have been.
I know if there's any giant ties to any dragon tribes inherently, or if they live amongst one of them primarily.
There's some giants that dwell in those areas. Giants can kind of be found all over the world, really. And the dragon tribe's territories are so large that, yeah, they might be majority dragonborn, but they have a lot of other species and such in there. Cloud giants are known to live in the high mountains of Orn.
Okay. Would relay that.
And Sovereign's Wrath, I guess a volcano could be either Erakura or Sin.
More likely the one that hasn't been discorporated.
I was wondering if the discorporated one would express themselves more through their medium.
No, Erakura is not very interventionist, having had their form destroyed.
And Sin is a lot more hands-on from what we've experienced.
Yes.
The Child of Sin is antithetical to Void.
Generally speaking, all the sovereigns and titans are instruments of the cycle, which is antithetical to Void.
Did any sin-based factions take like action against Orn following Merrick's fall?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay. No geopolitics shit going on there. I feel like we could figure this out. Well, with no their exact identity, but I feel like there's enough to put together like a profile, you know. Probably a giant. Probably living on. Up on a mountain. Possibly a volcanically active mountain. Which would have been a Sovereign's Wrath injury.
It would not be difficult for you to identify volcanically active mountains or figure out where that eruption took place. Now, you might have to go there to learn more, but you would probably on a map be able to figure out where this occurred. It was not like a secret event. A mountain exploded. A mountain that was not previously volcanically active.
God, you said this person was interested in Alex as well?
Yeah, something about Alex robbing her. Or, I don't know. Just trying to get to him before I do, I guess.
Was it robbing her or robbing just something?
I don't know. I guess Alex is a thief and taking things from people. No surprise.
Does not surprise me, no.
What do we know about the old location of the Dark Academy? I believe Orn is also north of here.
Orn is much further north. The Dark Academy is relatively close, all things considered. It's not, close, but it's like the same kind of distance as Brontha. It's like less than 700 miles away. Orn is, at least over 1,000, probably more.
Do they both exist on that spine of mountains, or are they separate ranges?
No. The village of Deep Shoulder. The village of Deep Shoulder and that valley is part of the Sunspire Mountains, which eventually leads up into, it kind of splits in two directions into the Bulwark Mountains and the what's called the Backbone, which is where Anaram, Taranat, and to a certain degree Zanunisal are. Orn is across. After that, you have the wide open plains that are partially controlled by the Valgyrt province of the Iron Empire and partially controlled by the Arowekans. The Arowekans, that's where that copper dragon was headed to, was Aroweka. On the other side of that are the Charir and Orn mountains. There's a big old mountain chain there. So it's not only north of you, it's northeast of you.
For fun, Mason will try to scry Alex, see if anything happens.
Okay. That does not work.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait for it.
Waiting.
Wait.
Waiting.
Well, keep talking if you have to, or parse other things. I need to mull this over.
I mean, so does this mean that I guess other void users, they know that Alex went there and presumably got out? Would they be looking for that kind of knowledge?
Went to where again?
The void.
Oh.
I mean, he should have been annihilated.
Yeah, maybe.
Along with the Book of Dawn.
What's his name? Didn't mention Alex at all, right? Indrasakar?
Indrasakar.
Yeah, Indrasakar did not bring it up. At least not while we were there. Did you mention Alex? You at all, Garnet?
I mean, I've been to the void and I got out. This knowledge is not that special.
It was your mind, not your body.
He doesn't know that.
Fair deal. Fair deal.
True. Did Indrasakar want to know about that experience at all? It's just valuable.
I don't know. I got thrown out before we could have a conversation. But I don't know if it's a good idea to meet outside of the Golden Bough.
Yeah, it is risky.
Probably not. I mean, we don't have to go and meet him.
You could meet in dream.
Sure.
I mean, what's your goal with contacting all these Void Mask wielders? That probably would be good to inform how we're gonna approach them.
I don't know. I thought maybe talking through the research and trying to figure out this ritual and all this stuff, but I may just be in a place where I know a lot more than they do. And me telling them about all this would just put the academy at more risk than we would benefit from. But I really feel hopeless right now on how to go forward without Master L now, so.
Mason? When you scry Alexander, you see Ioth Academy.
Wait. What? Mason says to himself, looking at the orb. What?
A cracks, darker than dark cracks cover the golden sphere. And it shatters into dust. And as it does, the lodges fall to the ground. The ring stops spinning and drops almost a mile and crashes. A huge wave of toxic alchemical sludge and debris floods out into Gilden Verge. The only thing that remains is the spire.
Guys?
What?
Mason?
Holding the orb out, kind of describing all of that, describing what he's seeing. Like, this isn't happening right now. I tried to scry Alex, and I see all of this, and
Well, you
don't feel anything, right?
Yeah, you didn't fall.
Okay.
You didn't fall and die because you're in the academy.
Yeah. Okay.
I rushed to the
that's-
window and
Nothing's happening out there, is it? Right?
Nothing's happening out there.
Okay. Why am I seeing this?
The Herald again.
Right. Just stops the scry. Yeah. Should have figured that.
Does that give us their intentions then, or was that just to upset us?
Probably the latter. Could be the former. I don't know.
That was definitely void magic, by the way, Mason.
If Mason realized that, if no one else noticed, he would omit that information for now.
Well, at least we know Harold is still his little buddy, so maybe they're. Huh?
Would you like me to draw the episode to a dramatic conclusion, or would you like the rest of the 5 minutes to cook?
I was just gonna lastly mention that, well, if the Void users are trying to find Alex, maybe we could just assemble everyone with the same goal and hope that they would be on our side about things.
It depends on what their intentions are.
Spare might never die, but it sure seems loyal. I don't mind.
You could cast a sending spell to contact Indrasakar, because the only other void wielders you know right now are Indrasakar and I wear the green rune mask. So you won't be able to cast sending to target her, because you don't know who she is. But you could send a message to Andrasakar if you want to broach the subject of everybody with a common goal.
Am I imagining this, or do we also know one is Anachronus?
That is correct. That is correct. You are aware of the identity of another Void Wielder who is the Machine Prince of Chaos. The Eschaton Clock. That is correct.
Well, I don't think is on our side at the moment.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about all that. Ooh.
You could talk to him if you use the God Veil.
Start poems.
Long time no chat.
I don't know why they'd have any. Or maybe we can't motivate them from protecting the academy, but perhaps hunting down Alexander might have some appeal to them.
Depends which target they're more interested in. Alex and whatever he did to them, or the person who killed their shadow god.
I got a feeling they probably hate you more.
Fear or admire? I don't really know yet.
Maybe they
is very non-transmitory about that.
Maybe they enjoyed the opening. Some of them enjoyed being masterless, as it were. For those who previously obeyed Merrick.
The last time I went to go meet with a dangerous target, I came back with one less teacher. So now I just don't like meeting with strangers no more.
I'd say that's a pretty safe way to do things.
Don't trust strangers.
At least you guys will be there.
Cool.
True. Noted void-wielding combatant at the law on Underroot at your service, ma'am.
Does that mean you'd like to go knock on Andrasakar's door?
Maybe.
You could also invite him to meet in Gildenverge if you wanted.
Guess we'll have time to cook that.
We'll have time to cook that. Barring
Mhm.
anything else from my party, I will leave them mulling over this dilemma. And we will leave all of you until the next episode of Book of Dawn, Ioth Academy.